Hello and welcome to the Freedom from the Night. Welcome to the Freedom from the Night. Salute to you soldiers. Salute to you soldiers. We going into Ephesians chapter. We're still in Ephesians chapter 1, and we are in verse 3. So we going over Ephesians chapter 1, verse 3. We still in the first chapter. Ephesians chapter 1, verse 3. So we moving on to verse 3. We did 1 and 2. So I just wanted to say welcome back to some of you. If there's anything you want to talk about, you know what? It's got to be about this video. And also, if you're going to be listening to the words that's coming out of my mouth, your responses have got to be with this word that I'm preaching to you. All right? So we're going to get off into that. Anybody that comes in, press the like button. Press that like button. I know you're there. I know you're listening. And you know, I got my notes and I read from them. And let's get off into it again. Don't forget to press that like button. So welcome back for some of you to the Freedom from the Night. Today we going off into another informational piece in the life of the Bible verses. And you can always catch this information in my mini playlist going over each part in the Bible. So even if I move on to another book, chapter and verse, it will be put under a playlist where you will find what you need. But I am diving into the powerful messages these verses bring into our everyday life. Because this is what you do when you're reading a full chapter. And at the end of that chapter, it's going to sum it all up and you're going to get it, okay? It's going to go, if you do it verse for verse, in which we're going to read the full chapter in real life, right? We're going to read the full chapter in real life. It's not going to be no verse for verse. But every verse is so loving. Thank you for that like. Every verse is so loving that when you get off into it, it's going to feed you. Every verse. Every verse. As you coming in, press that like button. And I thank you for that like. Thank you for even taking your time out to come in here today. How you doing? Salute to you soldiers. Some of you are still here. I am glad to see you. We are going over Ephesians chapter 1. We moving on to verse 3. We are moving on to verse 3. Thank you for that second like. I truly appreciate you today. Okay? It's some things that the Lord had told me, and I got to get them out. I got to tell you them. You need them, and it's very important that you get this in. If you want to say anything, first I got to say what I got to say first in order for you to really truly get this into you today. Um, hey, how you doing? How y'all doing out there? How you doing today? Right? So, also, hey, God is good today. You know, God is good. He got some stuff that he wants to speak to you about, and that is big sisters. You know, as I was speaking about, let me get into this first, and then we're gonna go over what verse 1 and 3 says, because I always like to start off something that the word that the Lord gave to me over time, and that is big sisters, help your mothers. Big sisters, help your mothers with your brothers. Please help your mothers with your brothers. And I don't mean you gotta, I don't mean like the babysitting and all that stuff. I'm not talking about the babysitting, because I know, I do understand. You the big sister, and you gotta watch the kids all the time and all that. That ain't what I'm talking about. That ain't what I'm talking about. I'm talking about help your mothers with your brothers, which means that, for example, you want to get married, right? Don't say you don't want to get married because it's a must. For everyone out there, you gotta get married unto the Lord, okay? Unless you just want to be to yourself and serve the Lord. Other than that, you want to get married because boyfriend and girlfriend thing, that is not even real. It's not. Boyfriend and girlfriend is not real. I'm gonna be real with you. You court for marriage. And children of God, you don't date. You court for marriage. Welcome in. Welcome in out there. So when I say help big sisters, help your mothers out there, you want to be married. And the marriage is between a male and a female, which is the right position in the Lord, in the long term with the Lord. But for now, if you continue, let me tell you this. This is what the Lord told me, and so I'm speaking it before we get off into the chapters and verse. And I want to make this short. I don't want to make this too long for y'all, you know? So, which you got to be in this position in the Lord, right? This is Jesus. This is the position standing with him in image, okay? So, but if, let me just word this. If you continue to allow the brother who doesn't have a father, meaning the fatherless, to be without one, he will, as I said before in a video, he will have a I can do whatever I want to do mentality, which is a murderous mindset. And I know big sisters, you feel like, what do I got to do with that? What do I got to do with that? You are your mama's daughter. And not only are you your mama's daughter, sometimes you got to take on yourself as the big sister. You ain't just only the big sister. Sometimes you got to take on being mothering, which is nurturing. Sometimes you have to take on the fathering, which is instructions. I mean, even though people gonna take this the wrong way, I'm telling you, at times you're going to have to do these things. And it can be a struggle because you might not even like your little brother or sister. You know what I'm saying? You might not. You might not like them. But let me tell you something. Your mama might not like them, might not like them, nor you either. That's some real stuff for you out there. You in the middle school, child? I'm also a twin. Salute to you soldiers. Salute to you soldier out there. But this is the real truth. Like, people don't like people. Period. And at times, you might have to be the one. If you serving God, you're going to have to be the one that open up the eyes of those who still sleep. But let me tell you, God going to be looking at the ones that sleep too. Don't think he just going to be watching you and all stuff is on you. No, you responsible for you. They responsible for them. But the things that you going to be doing in the Lord is going to be held accountable. Do you understand? Like, you're not just living on faith alone. What you going to do with your faith? How you going to operate in the Lord? Because he can reject you at any time and say, wait, whoa, something is off. He can say that. So if you're going to do the things, you have to do them things unto God. And I'm telling you, it's going to take you, big sisters. You're going to have to be the mother. You can't expect that the mom is just the mom. She's not only the mother. She have different roles. She has different things she got to play too. She has to do as well. She has to be the instructor. Ooh, And you get some mothers who are instructing and they yell at the kids instead of knowing how to instruct the kids. And those women who yell at the kids, they normally got that from the person that they was with, that treated them a certain type of way. They was with the wrong person, and that wrong person taught them how to treat their children. And that's because that person was the wrong father figure. Okay? And that goes into another thing. And I'm going to bring it back to the big brothers and big sisters and stuff. But this is a whole family trio. Okay? It's a whole family trio. A lot of the mothers, they do yell at the children a lot. They try to do what they think they supposed to do, but they get tired a lot. They get tired easily, and that's human to get tired. You gonna get tired as a mother, but the wrong father figure was over them. The wrong father figure was over them. If you look at your mom and you see her in the world and she dating, look at who she dating. If it don't make sense to you as the child, let me tell you, she in the company of the wrong father figure. She just is. She's not in the company of the right father figure. And then on top of that, she just letting this person do and say whatever they want to do and say. She not caring about certain things, but she doesn't know what to do. Uh-oh. She doesn't know what to do. She doesn't even know what she's doing. I might have to come back on her because my stuff is going dead. Anyway, until it dies off, I'm just going to say this part and I'll just come back on. Because I got to charge up my phone. I forgot to do that. But the wrong father figure is to do with you not looking for a father. That's the thing. Like, you're not looking. The world be attaching themselves to their father because they looking for a father. But what I'm talking about is when you in the Lord, you don't got to look for a father because that person is already going to be fathering. They're going to know how to be fathering. You kind of get what I'm saying? Like, it's a difference between fathering and being a father. Being a father means like you got to get into the role. You got to make sure she in the role. If she out of the role, you going to beat her, slap her, punch her. All that's trying to be the father. But I'm talking about is in the fathering role. That's what I'm talking about. I'm talking is in the fathering role, is in the mothering role, is in the child role. But I don't like saying role. Position with Christ. Meaning you are in your rightful position with certain times and certain areas of your life, and you are doing what you need to do in that area, regardless of what that person may say, regardless of what that person may do. You still gonna be in, and not just be, but you're gonna be in that position of a mother, in the position of a father, in the position. You're just gonna always be in it. You're not gonna just be it and try to form it and try to get other people to be formed to what you want them to be formed into. Man, this is important. So I'm gonna come back because my phone is dying. I don't know how I did that, but I'm gonna come back and talk a little more about this because it's important. Stay blessed, stay tuned for more. Bye for now. Because my phone, I can't even see anything.